Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone doing? 9:20 on this beautiful Wednesday. Morning to all around the world. I'm sure we got people tuning in from all continents. Europe, Africa, North America. Colombia, South America. No news today. We have inventories, oil inventories at 10:30. Antarctica. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, people from all over tuning in. We got, like I said, no news today. But if you are feeling good this morning, like the stream, drop a comment, tell me how you're feeling. Right now, we got equities open in about 8 minutes on the dot. I'm currently watching ES. Here, I'll pull it up. And I'm actually in, well, here's what I'm watching. Right, I'm watching this fair value gap. And you have SMT at previous day's high with ES and NQ. You kind of have this little breaker formation, right? You're high, low, higher, high, and we trade through it. Fair value gap overlapping. So I'm actually in a trade right now off that breaker. And I'm aiming for previous day's low down here. Previous day's low. New day opening gap overlap right there. So starting off the stream hot with the trade. I got in on this candle right here. Right around 9 o'clock. Because if you look, right at 9 o'clock, this candle closed, this candle opened, and we dug up into this. Mark it out. Little imbalance here, right, on the 1 hour. And so when I saw us dig up into there and then start to come down, like, all right, I'm going to get short, right? We have our 1 hour shift below this low, creating that breaker. And so that's kind of what I'm watching now. SMT at the highs. You can see here. And the reason I chose ES over NQ, look, this 15-minute imbalance, right? NQ kind of just calling out to the lines, but I liked how ES stayed inside of it. So that is one of the reasons why. Why there? Just told you why. But yeah, that's my plan. That's my outlook for the morning. I'm kind of eyeing this low right here. We have New York open in about 5 minutes, so that could change it all, right? But I'm positioned in the market right now for equities open. And we're inside this 4 hour imbalance, right? We've just been kind of chopping around inside that. I haven't really even gotten to the upper, touched the upper half of it yet. Sorry, not upper half. the high of it yet. I'm just watching. Yeah, equal lows right here on the 5 minute if you go look. I'm not even going to drop down though to 5 minute. I'm just kind of managing on the 15 and the hourly here. Get rid of some of this stuff. I'm looking at previous day's low, but this is a big wick here. So we cut that in half, right? Down here. I'm going to take partials along the way because this is like a 3R. Almost, I think. Check, right? I mean, all the way down here is like a, yeah, 3R. Full port, full port. But I'm liking how the dollar, right? If we look at the dollar, off those levels again, had drawn out for a while. The dollar's showing some strength here. So I like that, you know. But we have equities open in 9:30 here in the next like 3.5 minutes. So I'm kind of just waiting for that. I'm kind of wanting to use that as like a volatility injection for price to go lower. But yeah, I will say like the equal highs are sketch. If you're looking at NQ, and honestly, still kind of equal on ES. But I like the SMT there. But I mean, if it doesn't play out, then it doesn't play out, right? We'll just scratch it as a loss. Wrong breaker. Pretty risky, no? Everything's risky in trading. You gotta be okay with risk if you're gonna make money, right? You gotta risk it for the biscuit. My price target is previous days low, but I'm gonna take partials along the way. Like that's my terminus. That's low hanging fruit. Like we're in a small range still, if you think about it. Look at the daily. We're still in this range, and we've already taken out. You hide all this stuff, right? We've already taken out previous day's high here. So I'm thinking we at least get down here, this lower portion, and by then I'll be break even on the trade. You know, once we come down into here. So that's my thinking. 1 hour market structure shift. We've dipped into this little 1 hour imbalance here with the nice breaker. So that's my, I think they have SMT at the highs. Yeah, the daily, I definitely picked like the wrong couple weeks to start streaming. It's been like choppy. What's risky is not taking risks. Look at YM. Back into a premium dump. I'm kind of hoping we follow suit. Yeah, like I've been in for almost 15 minutes now. Just watching though. Just managing the trade at this point. Not gonna jam my stop anywhere too soon with the 9:30 open. Because like it could get pretty volatile, right? So it could come up here, sweep this high if it wants. But look also, I hide all the drawings. Right, we've hit midnight open, we've hit new day opening gap. Right? And you see we respected that level, and now we've come up and hit it again and disrespected it. So, or sorry, respected it on the way down. So I'm watching, right, these opening prices as well. Like we're below these opening prices here. If you look at the sessions, right, Asia high has been taken. So I'm kind of looking for that London reversal right here play out. So here's 9:30 open. Let's see how it goes. All right, keep our drawings on here. Can I wiki, couldn't it? We'll give it room to breathe. I usually don't like to position myself like right before 9:30 open, but I just like the confluence overall. Who knows, right? I just market ordered in. If it's clean, it's clean. Just expecting some kind of volatility here at 9:30. There's just like a lot of untapped lows down here, you know? Here, here, here. And also I'm watching this 1 hour candle, this up close candle here. Kind of overlapping with this 1 hour for value gap. So if the draw is lower, like I'm thinking, then we should respect those, right? But if I'm wrong, then it should just blow by those, right? And disrespect those premium arrays. But all I'm really watching, like, I'm seeing the volatility here, right? But I'm really just watching the 1 hour, you know? Let me swap this high. I'm really just watching to see how it behaves with this series of up close candles here, or this breaker, new day opening gap, kind of around this high. Because I'll be honest, like the only thing I really see in the 4 hour is this imbalance here. We've actually hit, right, this last up close candle right here. I'm looking at that as kind of like an order block, you know? So that's what we hit here. We have SMT at the highs. The fact we finally hit that, right? We got close here. The fact we finally hit it on this swing, creating SMT with this 4 hour imbalance. That's kind of what my trade idea is based off of. Yeah, YM's tanking right now. You want to see? Nice. I like that reaction so far. We got a minute till this candle closes. YM ditches, bro. Ditches. See, like, that's the confluence I like, right? Best way to backtest? FX replay is pretty good. Also, forward testing in like a demo environment. You're trying something new or trying some kind of new concept. Just forward testing, aka watching live price action in like a demo environment. All right, so look at this 5-minute close right here on ES. Swept this high. Same with NQ. Dump it for daddy. But we'll give it some time, right? Letting it breathe. We're still at 5 minutes into open. Not jamming my stop anywhere. I'm leaving it where it's at. We're not gonna get wicked out like we did that last time. Yeah, and like another thing for if you want to look at targets for this short, draw some fibs here to here. Right, and I'm looking down here around the -2, -2.5. Let me take some partials there, and then terminus kind of lines up. Previous day's low. How far below can we go? Well, I'm watching these levels right here. So yeah, you can maybe do partials here. That would be like a 1-to-1. I'm trying to take partials at like 2R. But it's still right. We're still developing that opening range, but I just wanted to position myself close to 930, right? I already laid out the logic for the trade, and if it plays out right, we can go over it. But I'm 7 contracts short right now. I'll show you executions, right? This candle right here. Once we hit new opening gap inside this breaker and started to, I saw on a 5-minute chart and Q was kind of leading the downside. I was like, okay, I like that. And so I just got short 7 on a market order when this candle was coming down. Yeah, this is exactly what we want to see. I mean, I'm up like 1,300, but obviously we're not even close to a 1-to-1. It's looking good. Just gotta let it breathe, right? A higher time frame is gonna give you a little bit more clarity than watching this on like a 5-minute or lower. But like the 15-minute can wick around, do whatever, right? We still have 5 minutes till it closes. I'm still just kind of watching this chart right here. I'm watching this low. I'm also kind of monitoring like 50% of this wick, seeing how we react there. So if it ever comes down here, right, you can see the lowest bodies kind of line up with that. I'm just kind of monitoring that if it does come down here. But yeah, Nasdaq's looking like really heavy right now. You can see I'm wanting ES to follow suit. It's just right now YM's now retracing, right? So that could be part of the reason why ES isn't dumping as hard yet. But we dipped down below lowest body on ES. So watching that too. But usually if I'm trading on like a 15-minute chart, my average hold time is like an hour and a half, around there, depending on what the price action is like. So like we could be in this trade for, you know, an hour or two, depending on how it plays out. And then also this 4 hour right here. Yeah, half that wick right here that we've hit. So let's see, right? There's a lot of wicks everywhere in general. What I'd like to see is this candle close below this low. But next best thing, right, would be just close below the fair value gap. If it can't do that, at least close below the consequent encroachment of it. Why ES over NQ? Because I liked how it was respecting these arrays, premium arrays, more than Q was, right? See on this 15-minute imbalance, it lines up with ES's because calling outside the lines, you know? I didn't like that. And also, I liked that we had taken this high on ES in Q, right? It's more just this looked a lot cleaner, this short, than NQ did. So that's like the reason why, to me at least. It looked cleaner to me. But I'm interested to see how this 15-minute candle closes. Why there? Yeah, no worries, Nate. I hope you lose. But you're probably hoping I lose too, so it doesn't really matter, right? It's all in good fun. But this is business. I'm doing good. Just in this trade. And I'm watching this 5-minute, right, on NQ. Came up in this whole range. Immediate rebalance. And you're seeing these wicks, right? Long wicks to the upside. We'll get a new 5-minute, or this 15-minute candle is going to close in 15 seconds. So let's see how it goes. Right, best case scenario, I'd like to see it close below this low. Second best, close below the fair value gap, which is where we're at right now. Not too shabby there. Dump for daddy. All right, we're watching these wicks right here. I want to see it at least act as at the most act as a speed bump. Be better if it just knifed all the way through, right? And this 575. Mark that out. All right, we've hit in the upper half of that numerous times. So if anything, I'm looking for that to be like a speed bump, right? I'd like to see it at least trade below the 50%. That would be best case for us. If you're short, if you're long, you wouldn't want to see that. Good thing is, right, if we're looking at this 4-hour wick, we're at the 50% here. Looking at the 1 hour, see what happens, right? New 15-minute candle. Nasdaq's heavy. We just need ES to get in sync. And I think if YM follows suit to the downside, then we could see that. But right now, it's still kind of like a mixed open. Show you, right? There we go. Come on down. Yeah, we're looking at SMT at these highs, right? If, in case you're wondering the idea for the reversal. Combine that with a 4-hour imbalance off an order block. Right, 4-hour imbalance here, off this order block, hit. That's the idea, right? And we had SMT at that higher time frame point of interest. So I'm watching that, right? That's kind of like the idea behind the trade. The higher time frame idea, and then lower time frame, right? We have this breaker, SMT, balance overlapping with it, new day opening gap overlapping with it. So some confluence in this area for a swing point or an inflection point to form. It's just a 9:30 open, kind of caused that volatility. And I have no problem holding a trade like hours and hours. I think the longest I've held a trade, I've held overnight, but like day trade wise, I've held all day for like 6 hours. Dow was always doing its own thing. More recently. What's funny though is that I can like if I'm in a trade, the viewer count like stays high, but if I'm just sitting here reading price, it just like stays steady, like flat. But when people tune in, they see him in a trade, they want to just sit here and watch, which is cool. Over here, right? But if you're enjoying the stream so far, drop a like. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. I've been live every day since last Monday. But I am going on vacation on Thursday, tomorrow. For Labor Day weekend, I'll be in Florida. Go look at NQ, right? NQ just off a cliff. I was hoping ES would do that, but you know, a little bitch. But yeah, we have this low, right? Pending, whereas NQ is taking it out. So hoping we can get down here to this low. Or I'm looking to see that occur. Right? Because if you look at YM, right, YM's sweeping this high now. These equal highs. But this thing for an hour is but since YM's up and NQ's down, I think that's why you're seeing the chop on ES. Right? YM up, down. ES has just been sideways so far. So I'm waiting, right? I think around 10 o'clock we might get some synchronization across the indices, but we'll see. Good look at new day opening gap on NQ. Yeah, here. Did fill that new day opening gap there. Go look at here, right? We did fill in the same thing. To the tick, the high on that. Yeah, to the tick we filled in the new day opening gap, regular trading hours. Let's see, right? ES going crazy. I mean, YM's going crazy. To the upside. For now. You can see here, right? We're hitting 8:30 open again. The lower half of this balance again. Always annoying though, like with the move you're looking for occurs on one of the indices, but on this one, right, the one you're trading, it doesn't. Let's just keep watching. What's up, Reaper? I mean, it's giving you plenty of entry opportunities off this area, right? We've touched in here multiple times. Will I be doing streaming daily? For the foreseeable future, yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, if you're trying to look at SMT, I really just look at NASDAQ and ES at this point. I don't really look at YM that much or place too much emphasis on it. I have it on my chart, you know, to look at, but it's not something I look at super hard. This thing's taking its time, isn't it? I'm leaving for Florida tomorrow. Why am I short bias? I kind of went over it earlier on the stream, but this 4-hour imbalance off the 4-hour order block, SMT at the highs, breaker formation. That's pretty much why. No, I'm not gonna be streaming in Florida. I'll be on vacation with the family. I won't have my screens or anything. Probably won't even be trading, honestly. But yeah, so far super choppy at this open. Starting with 1,000 enough to trade. Depends on what your goals are. Are you trying to learn with like a low leverage live account, like about yourself, manage your emotions, like get better like at executing like that? Then yeah, it's enough. You can trade micros. Depending, well, I don't think maybe not for $1,000, maybe like $5,000. You could do micros on like a brokerage account that has like intraday margin rates, like TradeStation. Um, that's what I use. But if you're trying to like feed yourself off $1,000, probably not. The thing I don't like is if we are gonna retrace on like a 5 minute, some of this move on NQ, I think that's gonna push ES higher, right up into this area, and that's not what I want to see. I want to see ES hit this and probably just stay heavy, right? Sorry, NQ hit this and bounce here and just stay heavy. Right, but let's like higher time frame is gonna remove that blur. That's kind of why I'm sitting here on the 5 or the 15. But you have YM kind of retracing now, so go pull up YM. Right, you can see here. YM swept these equal highs here and here. Maybe that's enough to get it in sync to go lower now. But let's see how this 15-minute candle closes on this one, right? We got a minute 30 until it does. But we're close to the amount of viewers we had when ICT was on the stream. I think 340 was the highest amount of viewers at one time we ever had, so we're close to that. We're at like what, 337, 341 now. So appreciate you guys. If we can get the stream to 100 likes, right? That'd be great. You're enjoying yourself. You like watching the stream. You've been here since the beginning. As always, I appreciate you guys. We can get a close below this low on the 15-minute. I'd like to see that. And then eventually, right, trade down to the lower half of this 1 hour wick right here. But it looks like on this 15-minute candle, right, it's closing here in a second. I'll have to be patient and wait. So far, like, look at the bodies, right? You see the wicks doing all, you know, back and forth, but what have the bodies done? The bodies are still closing lower and lower, right? That's what I like. I'm not really too worried about the wicks. That's why I haven't jammed my stop anywhere. It's 10 o'clock now. New 1 hour candle just opened. So I'm watching these bodies close lower and lower. Kind of telling the story versus the wicks, right? Doing the damage above these highs, but the bodies are telling the story. That's what I'm watching. It's just you can see how many times we tap into this wick right here. So I'm hoping this is just a speed bump. And we can get lower under this wick, right? Negate any SMT. Let's go. Smash the 100 like goal. We're at 123 now. And like part of me, like if we get below this low, part of me wants to reduce risk above this swing high here, or like above the breaker swing high here. But we need to get, I want to see speed to the downside, right? Not just some kind of trickle. This might be one of the choppiest opens I've traded in a long time. Like, look at the 5 minute. Maybe it's because I just mainly trade in NQ. Like, what's the range today? Only 17 handles so far on ES. But I'm looking for a 30 handle move. Yeah, around the 30 handle move to the downside. There isn't even a lot to ask, to be honest. Have you ever traded Forex? No. Closest thing I've ever kind of looked at Forex was like euro dollar futures. Yeah, oil probably won't do anything for the next 30 minutes until the oil inventories come out. Right here. Crude oil inventories at 10:30. I haven't had a single issue with TradeStation. Except one time I did get slipped hard, but that was because I forgot about high impact news. This was like early on in my journey. I was trading, I think consumer sentiment came out at like 10 o'clock or something like that. Whatever. One of the news events at 10. It was so long ago. I got slipped. My $60 loss turned into like a $600 loss. I called my broker and I was like the trade desk, yo, I just got slipped, like basically cussing him out, but like in a polite way. And he was, oh yeah, the CME, exchange, whatever, like suspended all market orders for like a brief period of time. I was like, this shit is so rigged. It's like, fuck this. And after that, I learned my lesson. I learned the hard way. At least it was like $600, not like 6,000 or something. If I was trading that kind of like the size I trade now back then, I would have gotten bugged. All right, so we're still looking for this 15-minute candle, right? I want to see it trade down below the 50% and close below this low right here, this swing low. We're asking about the contracts. Bar chart. All right, keep making lower lows. We'd like to see. Talking about S&P 500. I mean, we're trading the most current contract, ESU, right? Highest open interest, highest volume by a long shot. Compare it to NASDAQ, right? Same thing. Not sure what you mean. This is ES. Look top right. There we go. Gimme! Patience, man. Patience. Body's telling the story. I don't want to hear about these wicks. We're up about 2,500, but right, we're close to like a 1R below this low. Right, I want to see it close below here, and I want to see it stay. I want to see it stay inside here, honestly. Close below here, but even better if we can close below the 50%. It's just that. Come on, man. Everyone's a guru. We're the real traders these days. Yeah, it's just playing too much. Market makers watching the stream. Let's go peek. Right, NQ down here, hitting this down close candle. Just kind of sketch that this, like, we've dropped so much in NQ. We haven't even taken out this low yet on ES. And you have YM to the upside. Right? It's just kind of sketch, in my opinion. I want to reduce risk, but I'm going to let it play out. Right? We kind of have some equal lows now down here. I just don't want to see that turn into SMT, right? So just gonna follow the plan. If it wants to go to the upside now and stop me out, we'll let it do that. But like I said, it's just, in my opinion, the trade is kind of sketch now. We have equal lows, right? And we still have 6 minutes till this candle closes, right? We've seen what can happen in this range. The fact we've come down here, hit this last down close candle, have SMT at the current moment so far, right? I want to see a swing be put in. So the next, it would take another 15-minute candle, create a swing point for me to consider SMT. We're talking about 5-minute FVGs. Yeah, I understand that, but I'm not even dropping to I'm managing this on a 15-minute. I don't care what's on the 1 minute right now. I don't care what's on the 5-minute. The lower time frames are subordinate to the higher time frames. We drop a fib. Right, we just hit -1 standard deviations from this move here. The more I trade ES, the more I'm constantly reminded why I don't trade it. Because of shit like this. But like the idea, right? I was hoping they move more in sync so far. They haven't, right? But the move that I was looking for played out at least on NQ. Still, but it doesn't really change the fact that I'm in ES, right? The ES sucks. I agree with you right now. It's funny because I used to trade only ES. I didn't even trade NASDAQ. And it was so clean. But yeah, that's kind of like one of the reasons why I think that the trade idea is kind of sketchy right now. Just based off this low being taken, whereas NQ took this low and ES hasn't. We got 10, 10, 10, 11. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Iconic. Keep all those really long wicks to the upside and how we've kind of hit into the consequent encroachment and respected it. I see what you're saying though. I'm still kind of just watching these 15-minute bodies. And you have these long wicks to the downside now on NASDAQ. Give it some time though. I'm not gonna micromanage it. We'll see how this 15-minute candle closes. And I've been in this trade since 9 o'clock. Almost an hour now. And it's not really doing much. Did I stop trading NASDAQ? No. Come on, guys. I trade one instrument besides NASDAQ, and people ask me, did you quit trading NASDAQ? Every time. Yeah, I know VS, but I like the price action, at least at the time I got in, and how ES was respecting these premium arrays more than NQ. But I know what you're saying. You're supposed to trade the weaker one, right? But I like the price action off this 15-minute imbalance versus this one, where NQ closed above. That's one of the reasons I chose it. All right, I'll go to the bathroom. Maybe it'll tank if I go to the bathroom real quick. Damn, still nothing. I like that 15-minute close though. It's still just sitting right on top of that 1 hour wick. I'm gonna close right on top of it. Patience is key though. I'm gonna get some water. Looking ugly. Guess we can get respect. Look at the gaps, right? Building these new opening gaps. Here, here, right at open. Then dumped, right? Just not seeing the dump that I wanted on ES. We'll give it a few more minutes. Gonna follow the plan, right? People keep asking me why did I trade the stronger asset over the weaker one? Because I like in the moment I like the price action, right? Off this imbalance into the breaker compared to NQ, right? We colored and disrespected outside of it a bit here. That's the reason why. When I got in at 9 o'clock, right? A Navy haircut? No, but my brother's in the Navy. That's why I traded ES over NQ. And like it's fun to switch it up. Like, yeah, you can trade NQ. Don't you want to like branch out? We have these equal lows now, here and here. And I'm looking for YM to dump. Pull up YM. Right, trading into this little imbalance here on NQ. I want to see these wicks right above these equal highs. I want to see YM start to come down now. Maybe that can get us moving in the right direction, right? Just following the plan. Yeah, you do you. But as always, appreciate you guys tuning in. Been kind of slow ever since I got in, but I was hoping 9:30, right? We get that move. Still just watching the bodies and how they close. Wicks can do whatever they want. Only 18 handle range. Crazy to me. All right, YM looks like it wants to move lower. See right here, 5-minute chart. We swept this high on NQ, which is also a 15-minute imbalance. This looks like it's ready to move lower now after sweeping these equal highs. I'm hoping if these can get in sync, we'll see that downside move on ES. Gimme, gimme. Here we go. Yeah, going live can be frustrating if you like pay attention to the chat like too much. Because people be like trying to argue with you over your trade ideas. And it can kind of, mess you up. But I'm just following my plan. You do you. I have no problem sitting here for 6 hours. Sitting in the trade for like 6 hours. Look at the 1 hour. We hit into this imbalance here, and it's moving lower. Like, that's all I'm really watching. Gimme. We need a gimme emote. YM making lows. I'm telling you, man, the key. We can get in sync both of these. I think we can get. Oh, wait, my little alarm went off. Or oil inventories. So oil inventories in 5 minutes. Part of me wants to just hop out of this and go watch oil. Hmm. Yeah, I'm just not liking the SMT at the lows. Worst case scenario, I'm just gonna go break even on this. And if it comes and gets me, it gets me. Because it looks like YM just had a shift to the upside on the 5 minute. I'm not liking the SMT down here. We got the move that I was looking for on NQ. Didn't really get it here on ES. So if it wants to come get me, there we go. All right, so break even. Let's see though. Let's go watch oil instead. This shit ain't working. Yeah. Like the body's respecting these, the upper half right here of that 1 hour wick. And you have SMT right here in this low and this low on NQ, right? So we've hit this low here. And you're starting to see this run. Can't get anything going. Watch it. It's going to hit the fair value gap one more time and dump. Yeah, like I've been sitting in that trade for an hour just watching this. And like in my head, right, I'm thinking, okay, objectively, bearish scenario was playing out, right? But then we started seeing all this action right here on the levels I was looking at. And I'm starting to build like a bullish case in my head at the same time, right? So in my head, it's getting more 50-50. So I think hopping out was the right choice. We'll see though. Time will tell. Let's go watch oil though. Just in case for anyone wondering, right? There's a live account. You can see. Ain't no sim shit. I'm up like 250 bucks. All right, TTDDD. Not 50-50. This is long. You went along this? You went along this right here? Okay. Watch this shit about to dump. Yeah, look at this little gap right here that we've traded up into on oil. Also, just using trend lines as more of a illustration, right? Failure to take out any of these external highs, just back in the range, back and forth on oil. I mean, look on the weekly, right? Even the weekly, same shit. It's just getting, I think it's getting primed to move. You look at the monthly, same thing, right? We talked about the monthly getting, just getting primed, right? I tune into like a few here and there, but ever since I started streaming, I haven't really paid attention. It's just 50-50 in my head. Like, you'd be gambling at this point, trying to get long or short. Not financial advice. We'll keep this stuff on here as a reference, but let's go look at oil now. Just came out, oil inventories. I think, yeah. We're in this daily imbalance here. Touching into this wick right here. What's that from, Nate? It's not gambling if you're gonna. Is that from Hangover? Get some equal highs here, but honestly, it looks we're on the sell side of the curve right here. Chill out. I'm not a cop. Hey, be careful. There's Skittles in there. Oh boy. 10:30. Just had news release. Because at least this shit's moving compared to this. Oil's super easy to trade though. Every tick is $10. So it's super easy to calculate, like off the rip. Look at that weekly open price. Think. I'm really just watching though. 4 hour. This candle right here. Doing that as a breaker. Watching this low. We can use SMT, right, with RB. Same thing, right? We're inside this daily imbalance here. You can see like we hit this breaker and had a nice reaction on the 4 hour. Hitting it here again after 10 a.m. news release. Depends on your time frame you're trading, Louis. That's how you say it? You're like a swing trader. Your stop's going to be a lot larger than like someone who's scalping. Oh shit, sorry. But also measuring, right? This dealing range. We pretty much came down in an OTE, hit the 6-2. Almost. But we're at equilibrium, right? 50%. Be cool if we get a setup on oil. Equal highs right here. Right, nothing crazy. Just kind of some minor buy side. And if we look at the power of 3 for the daily, right? Kind of just opened up and dropped. But you have these equal highs. Looks like you might get another leg down on NASDAQ. Right here. Right, NASDAQ's right here. See? 5 minute. Watch oil. I think it's just gonna chop a bit more. If anything, NQ will go down and ES will continue chopping. But that thing's a meat grinder. In all honesty, though, if we are going to continue this, right, of just not taking any external liquidity, it makes sense to maybe come back from equilibrium, right, and trade to the upside a bit. We could get some low-hanging fruit as a target, right? Say I want to use this high to this low, right? 50%. You target midnight open. You target equilibrium. New high of day. Whatever you want to do. So if we are going to continue that, pause. What did I say? Here's the 5-minute. Yeah, up here, kind of looking at this. Looking at the swing points. High, low. All right, low, high, lower, low. Might be some kind of breaker. Ish. We're dipping back into here. And then you have equal highs up here. If I was trading this though, I'd probably take some off it and I open right above these equal highs as well. I guess you do have a big earnings announcement today with Nvidia. We should go pull up Nvidia. All right, you have earnings today. It's been consolidating for a minute on the daily. So, but this is a futures channel. This is not a options channel. But yeah, not too much going on. Let's go back to oil and watch that. I'm up $250. I wouldn't call it a win. I call that break even. Meat grinder pause. Yeah, guys, look, this is what happens when you're not in a trade entertaining people on live stream, right? Your viewership drops off. Here. Right? We closed the trade and people just said, "Fuck it, I'm out. Can't copy trade you, I'm out." Your break even is 1 hour. Yeah. It's all relative. If you're here to copy trade, I only take like 3 to 4 trades a week usually. So I'm not a scalper, I would say. But it's funny, like I was long before the stream, or I was short before the stream started, so I would have had to like get in after. Yeah, Reaper, you gotta let it breathe. But yeah, just wasn't expecting that chop, but I'm glad we got out. It's still just sideways. The move played out on NASDAQ, just not ES. So maybe next time I'll be more maybe next time I'll follow the rules and short the weaker one, right? But time I liked ES better. And it's fun to just switch it up sometimes. Subs asked. It's been 1 year and 3 months since I started trading. I'm at a break-even stage and I journal every single trade with diligence. Any advice for me to break the break-even stage and move profitability? Yeah, there's like 5 main stages everyone kind of goes through. Like losing a lot of money, losing a little bit of money, going break-even. Like what sounds like where you're at now. Making a little bit of money and making a lot of money, right? And every stage, every transition between those 5 stages, there's a different kind of hurdle you have to overcome, right? In the beginning, it's just trying to find an edge and like consuming information, seeing what you like, what resonates with you as a trader, right? What kind of trader do you want to be? What concepts do you like? And then going from there, right? And once you kind of develop that, you go from kind of losing a lot because you really don't know what you're doing to losing a little. And then going from there to break even is really just like learning risk management, in my opinion. No, I'm out. Learning how to manage risk. There was a time where I didn't know what R multiple was. And I was just like eyeballing and risking like a certain percentage. And I was just, if I was up 20% in some options, I'd take profit, right? It wasn't like I was looking at R multiple at all. But like there was a time where I was trading for a while. I didn't even know what R multiple was. And that's just like being a beginner, right? All right, looks like Nasdaq wants the low. And you're seeing the drop on ES now. Hey, even if it doesn't give us, even if we got out here, right, we can always re-enter if it gives us something. It's just that chop, bro. It was just. Ugh. We can sit here and watch this. I'll set an alert for oil. Yeah, look. On the 1 minute. Holy shit. That's like some of the worst I've seen it in a while. Even the 5 minute. But when you go on those higher time frames, right, the 1 hour, like I was talking about, and you're just watching the 1 hour, it just sucks we got stopped out on this candle here. If it does go lower, right? I didn't just hop out. I put my stop at break even and let it stop me out there. Just in case it did want to just drop without going back up there. But TTDD might be cooked. I'm telling you, man. SMT at the highs, higher time frame imbalance, order block, financial freedom. But like, just instead of getting caught up in all this, even at 15 minutes choppy, go up a time frame. Instead of going lower, like most people do when they don't see anything, go higher. It's gonna make it a lot easier to see what's going on. But sorry, subs, I was answering your question. Look at that. Gimme! For all you who faded me. There's that low. So now realistically, if I was still in the trade, right, I'd probably be break even at this point. But nah, in all fairness, right? Everyone's here to learn. No one was throwing shade. Everyone's got their own viewpoint on the market. But yeah, disrespect to that wick. We out. We're gonna delete that. Deepak, what? From where you downloaded this from? What are you talking about? Downloaded what? Anyone still in? I know I got out break even, but anyone still in? It's just from TradingView's website. But yeah, I'd be break even now. I know I started the stream and that shit started chopping. Who's watching? But the thing is, right? I was saying if we just delete, get rid of the wicks, right? Look at the bodies, bro. Get rid of those wicks. Look at the bodies. What do you see? A lot of nonsense with the wicks. When you look at those bodies, that's what I was trying to illustrate, right? Honestly, like, the idea plays out. Still a win in my book. I'd probably be up about like $5,000 right here. All the way down here, close to 10 to 12 grand. With seven short. But at this point in the day, I probably would have taken a few off, like right below the slow, or like around new day opening gap, or around or below these bodies, right? It all kind of lines up. I probably would have taken some off here. Also, if we pull the fib, right, we're close to negative 2. It's just you're hitting these lowest body right here. So like I would have taken some off realistically and move stop break even. Probably would have taken like half off. I did go to the bathroom and nothing happened. But if we look at, right, you have this imbalance right here on YM that could push it lower. That could really send the rest of it down. Next leg on ES, I was kind of saying earlier, right, up into these imbalances in the 15-minute just to move lower. So now I think you look at these bodies and then this low right here. It's just ES was not the cleanest. Yeah, right idea. Just got out. Still had the right bias and narrative, right? SMT, the highs. Let's go look at oil. Right, oil's kind of back up. Yeah, Alex. Still dropping. Remember, our target was previous day's low. It's just been ass. What day is it? Yeah, I started streaming on the 19th. So this day here. And ever since, it's been in this bullshit. TTDD, you might want to get that magic 8-ball checked. I think it's broken. We pull fib. Right, we're hitting the negative 2. Right here. Lines up with for our bodies. Or sorry. What does it line up with? I don't see too much, right? No, it's all in good fun though. But seriously though, if you fade me, I hope you lose because I'm trying to make money. Let's go peak oil. Nothing clean yet. Not like that last time we traded it on oil inventories. Go peek at like a 1 minute, right? Watching here. You gotta have conviction in your draw. Like my draw was previously this low. Whole lot of untapped lows. And look at that curvature. When it drops right here down, creates this 15-minute fair value gap. At the same time, it was to get down there, it disrespected this one, right? Forms a breaker. SMT at the highs, out of a higher time frame point of interest. What more do you want? What more do you want? The algorithm is giving you a sign. What more do you want? At the same time, hitting this tiny, tiny new week opening gap while hitting an order block that pretty much lines up exactly with it right here. What more do you want? But to be able to like short up here before you obviously see it in hindsight now, like that's the hard part, right? You gotta zoom out. Don't be on a little 1 minute trying to be a little scalper in this. Instead of zooming in, trying to find something, zoom out. You're gonna see, right? Even on the 1 hour, like let's delete all this. You have your market structure shift on the 1 hour here. Make it red. You have your imbalance that we tapped into. Now just watch. Right? Hit it. Close lower. Come back up. Lower, right? It's instead of trying to micromanage on these smaller time frames, and I wouldn't say I was guilty of it today. I did hop out, right? But I don't drink coffee. I'm just jacked up on ICT. Yeah, like at the time. If we weren't in this range still, it might have gone differently. It might have just, we might have had some expansion right at 9:30. Who knows, right? It's earnings for Nvidia today too. But just wait. When price action gets out of this consolidation, makes up its mind, it's game over. I'm high on volatility. But the biggest thing, like I guess biggest learning point today, right? Just get rid of the wick sometimes and just see where these bodies close. All you got to do. And those are going to tell you the story, right? I used to be able to like get out sometimes before 9:30 open and not even like trade in the morning. Nowadays, it's just day's not over though. It's only 11. Yeah, gringo. Usually the move, I don't want to trade during lunch, and usually most of the move is done by like 11:30ish. We're getting close to that now. Doesn't mean it can't run over lunch. Just the days that I like to trade, that's the stereotypical characteristic. I use black instead of red because red's more like psychologically like bad. I don't really care. It's more like a psychological thing. But I am interested in oil, right? Off that breaker in a discount. The 4-hour imbalance here, but that if we're gonna go higher, that should get disrespected. It could, right? We could use it. Where we at here? Right. At the same time, there's a little 1 hour here. That could give us some kind of like pullback, maybe. Get long. Go highs up here. Anyone who is long short up here, their stop's probably above here. That's where mine would be. Look at that daily candle, right? $8.30 open down here below midnight open price. If it is going to expand higher, right? It doesn't even have to expand. It doesn't even have to be like a big green up close day, right? Just come back up and create some kind of upper wick. You can make money. There is a 5-minute imbalance on ES though, right here. Part of me kind of want to take it, but the lows. But I kind of want to just focus on oil now. This thing is just. But yeah, higher time frames are subordinate to those lower time frames. Proof right here. If I'm watching a 1 hour fair value gap, I don't really give a crap about a little 1 minute S&T or a little 1 minute FVG. Because this 1 hour fair value gap means more to me than that little 1 minute fair value gap. But yeah, my eyes up here. For anyone wondering. You have midnight open. Some equal highs right here. I'm gonna mark them out right here as well. Confluence in that area. 5-day, equal highs, midnight open price. Sorry, what did I say? The lower time frames are subordinate to the higher time frames, meaning the higher time frames take, or like parent, if that makes sense, or matter more. If we're reacting off a 4-hour FVG to go lower, that 1 minute bullish fair value gap in a discount is gonna get ran through. Doesn't matter. Yeah, these things are going lower. Let's set an alert. Called Zach was right. Tiny little imbalance here. We could put in a little like fair value gap here. It depends, Tyler. Depends on like the setup and if price is moving. If it's already expanding, if we're just kind of in consolidation. It just kind of depends. Called power of 3 by 2 degrees, the indicator. Let's go peek, right? Previous stays low, taken out in Q. See if ES can catch up, right? Looking at the slow down here. Anyone still in? Anyone still holding for previous day's low? I'm watching this 4-hour wick. That's half of it right there. To me personally, I would take some more off there or close to it, right? And then I'd be looking for the actual low to be taken. Or maybe if you really want. Honestly, if I took partials at the 50%, I probably wouldn't take any here. I'd probably just take wait and hold. Dumpy. Yeah, you'll see. Like when it's clear to me like that, I'll get in. Like I'll put on a trade. But when I can't like determine where it wants to go, like how it wants to do it, then I'm just gonna wait. I'll just sit and watch. Also like this wick right here. Closes above, comes down, hits it. There. Five-minute imbalance here. You can enter aggressively. You can enter a breaker a couple different ways. But dang guys, we beat my previous record of most viewers at once. 360 today is what we hit. I appreciate you guys. If you like the stream, then prove it. Drop me a like. Feel free to subscribe. Also, like, what's been the theme on Q, right? Lower lows. Kind of mixed in here with ES. Let's see if we can squeeze something out of the oil, though. before the stream ends. When I come back from vacation, probably Monday or Tuesday next week. I'm honestly excited for a break. I've streamed every day since last Monday. Yeah, this thing might just run. Not give us anything. Yeah, Labor Day on Monday. I'll probably be coming back from vacation on like Monday or Tuesday from the beach. But I won't be looking at a chart at all. And then also next week is NFP. We go look at right, next week. Bank holiday. Followed by a bunch of high impact stuff, but it's NFP week too. So it's like the day after. We have high impact news, right? But usually, like if you didn't have high impact news, usually the day after a bank holiday can be kind of shitty too. But you do have high impact like every day. So we'll see. Depending on what day I get back, we might have a stream. Part of Florida? I'll be in like Jacksonville area, the beach, with the family. Honestly, I'll trade any day on NFP. I'm just more aware of that it can be choppy nonsense. I just have certain rules. Like I won't hold through NFP. I won't like try and like capture that move, but I'll wait until the dust settles, you know? Premium lifestyle. Yeah, if you guys want to keep up with me like outside of the charts, all my handles are just at Fair Value God. Twitter, Instagram, here on YouTube, obviously. I'll post like announcements and stuff about the streams here and there. Yeah, just a play on words like fair value gap, fair value God. I'm 1 hour older than you. What does that mean? Born an hour earlier? Oh, 1 year. Yeah, like there's kids who are like 18 who've been studying this as long as me, and they're feeling it too, right? So age is just a number. There's people who are like 40. Like my dad's 60 and he's interested in learning how to do this. He's like never really traded. He'll like position trade, just like stocks, off fundamentals and stuff. He's interested in learning how to do this once he retires. I'll help him out. My mom kind of interested. I don't think she likes it enough to like go all in and like do it and we'll stick around if it gets hard, because you really have to really enjoy it to be able to like make it through that period when it gets hard, not give up. So I think my dad will be the one. PDL. So we're tapping into this lowest body here. Who's up fat right now? Who just full ported on that move? Yeah, it doesn't matter what age. Who's just full ported short and is about to make a bag? Who's calling for longs and got ran over? Be honest. I can get back in the chat and look. Oh shit. Let's go, guys. Believe this. Now, could just keep dumping, honestly. Got a low down here. Lows down here. Nah, no clowning people for putting themselves out there. It's all in good fun. I want this to be a fun environment, not a toxic one. But like that would be terminus for me, right? And if I did have a few contracts left, I'd just leave like one runner just to see what happens on the day. Just a lot of untapped lows, right? Everything we can go over it again another time, right? But you had that 4-hour imbalance, 4-hour order block. New week opening gap it tapped into. SMT at those highs off the higher time frame array. Breaker formation with displacement down. Fair value gap overlapping. Nice confluence with midnight, New York, new day opening gap, all right here in this area, which made for a nice short entry, right? Just got tapped out, break even. But it was basically a planned break even. I was willing to get out. It just kind of is painful when it like hits there and it dumps. But that would have netted me like around 10 to 12,000. But I understand like one day doesn't make up my whole career, right? That's why I'm okay with it. And I know these types of moves happen all the time. So when it gets a lot easier to read, we're not in this range, then it's easy money, easy pickings. This is kind of this fair value gap here, combined with everything I kind of just went over, is why I was confident that previous day's low would be taken out. But like the fact that I did put a trade on, right, had confidence in it, and it played out, even though it was without me, gives me even more confidence, for the next trade. Oil? All right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. Back and read the chat after. Already at 5% this week. Nice. I got a small bladder, bro. I'm chugging these waters. Oh man, I don't know if I'm interested in taking an oil long. Let's watch this imbalance here. Yeah, the Kraken correlation, or like the SMT, was a nice addition to that analysis. Even without it, like, let's say NQ took this high as well up here, I still would have been thinking short because of this imbalance here with the breaker formation and the sweeping of the highs, which happened to be Asia, right? Except Asia here and yesterday's New York, or previous day's high. The fact we took out previous day's high, had me thinking, okay, what's the next low-hanging fruit on the day? Will be previous day's low, right? After seeing that formation, or the signs of reversal up here, all this, right, with the 4-hour imbalance and the order block and all that. No, I trade personal account. But some people will try and get you to believe that I trade paper. Let's see if we can get 200 likes on the stream, guys. Close. We got 180. Like, what's worth my time, Side Bandit? It's not worth my time to trade prop. I already have a lot. I already have a personal account that's a decent size. So why bother with all the rules and the risk of the prop shutting down and the time investment it takes to build up that capital? Like, why bother with that when I can just trade my personal account? Yeah, like trading a funded account, in my opinion, is like here. Trading a funded personal account is like here, all the way up here. You never know how long these funding companies are going to be around. There's a new one popping up every day. There's a new one getting shut down every week. Depends on what contract, what instrument you're trading. Tyler, margin rates, they're different for every instrument. I never traded a funded account before. It's always been personal. But it's a means to an end. Like, if you've watched like JCap's like newest video, is prop dead? But he talks about like the pros and cons. But my opinion's always been the same. Like, there's a conflict of interest there They make their money from people losing. So when you win, there's a conflict of interest. And in my opinion, you can't have a sustainable business like that. Like when you hope your customers lose, so what you should be doing is, if that's the only avenue, right? And there's plenty of other avenues. You can build a skill set, right? Even on a demo account, show consistency, then go to someone, like someone who's rich as fuck, for example, or has money, and show, hey, I can do this. And I've ran up this amount of money in this amount of time. Are you looking for some kind of yield on your money? And there's people out there who will give you some money that you can trade with, and you're, a partner with them, basically. So there's other ways around prop or funding companies, right? You can go find and put yourself out there to get funded privately, with real money, big money, and structure it in a way where you get fees on managing the capital. And maybe they start you out with like a few, $100,000, and then they say, okay, this guy's doing a good job. Let me give him some more money. And then their friends get in on it, right? And next thing you know, you're a fund manager, a private fund manager, right? So there's way more different avenues you can take than just getting a funded account. But like trading a personal account is a lot more intense, in my opinion, than trading a prop account or funded account. Because every dollar you risk, every dollar you lose, you could have taken that money and spent it elsewhere. Deep down, that's the case, right? If I lost 5K on a trade, I could have taken my mom to Europe, or I could have gone and like bought like a Rolex, or what I'm saying? Like I could have gone and done a million other things with that money, but instead I sat here in front of a screen all day and lost it, So when you think like that, which you don't want to think like that, but deep down, that's the case. Versus you're trading a prop account or funded account, and you just blew an account, but it only cost you $100. It wasn't your money, right? But you don't have to put up with all the rules with a personal account. Like if I want my money, I'm going to withdraw it and get it. I'm not going to beg for a payout in Discord. And if it sounds like I'm hating on prop, I'm not. I'm just speaking the reality of it. That's how it is. And I've had like, I don't know if I want to expose anybody, but I've had a bunch of firms come to me like in the past year or two asking me to promote. Some of them are no longer even around anymore, asking me to be an affiliate, whatever. And I denied all of them, or didn't even respond to most of them, because I don't use prop. So I'm not going to promote something I don't even personally use. But you'll see me promote TradeZella. You'll see me promote FX Replay, TradeStation, TradingView, because I use all those products. So I can, in good faith, promote them to you guys, versus taking, some money from a prop firm that's brand new or that's been around for a little bit just to get some clout on social media, put a little badge next to my name. Like, I don't need that. See if I can pull it up. No, I don't get TradeZilla for free. Only thing I've gotten for free for promoting is TradingView. And that was Black Friday last year. They gave me a free year. But I'm going to promote that because, one, I enjoy it. I use it every day, right? Here you go. Hold on. This is just a portion of it. These are my message requests. Some of these firms aren't even around anymore. There's some other ones too. Some of them I've deleted though. These are just the ones I haven't even opened or responded to. And I have nothing wrong with, like, if anyone from funding or like any of these companies are actually watching me right now or will watch this video, I have nothing wrong with prop firms, right? I get it. It's a business. But in my opinion, it should just be used as a means to an end, not something that you should aim to use like super long term, right? Because you never know when regulation could step in. You never know if what's going on behind the scenes with the company you're using. There could be a liquidity issue, management issue, software issue. But in my opinion, the move's kind of done for the morning. It could just keep dropping down to this next new week opening gap, which would take out this low. And then this low right here on the 4 hour. I think that might be low of the week. Nah. Sorry, last week's low. It lines up with this weekly volume imbalance here. Daily low here. And new week opening gap here. But I don't think you're going to get a straight drop. Down there, you might see some kind of retracement, but yeah, like Ray Charter's saying, they're a tool. There's nothing wrong with them using them. That's just my take on it. But in the end, they're a business and they're there to make money. And how do they make their money? By you buying by challenges and you lose. And they might say they're copy trading their best traders, but in reality, they're probably copy trading like less than 1% of their traders. If any at all. Most firms probably aren't even copy trading anybody. Taxes for futures, it's 60-40 capital gains. So like you split it between long term and short term. Yeah, I know JCap has like 60-something thousand pending with funded peaks. If you go watch his video, you'll see. There's nothing wrong with using those. I'll reiterate it one last time. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a tool, right? Just like anything else. It's a tool. If you have the skill set and you're fine with the risk, like most people get into those funded companies, they don't understand what it is. They don't understand that this is like the Wild West. that industry is like the Wild West. There's no regulation for it. There's no when you sign up and make an account, you will agree that they don't have to pay you out, basically. Like that you understand that for any reason, if the company goes under, they don't owe you a dime. And people just don't get that. And so that's why they scream scam at the top of their lungs when they invest time and money into these firms and something happens on the back end and they go under, right? It's not a scam. You just weren't educated in what you were using. And that's the majority of people. And I got hella heat when I posted this. Let me see if I can find it. Why isn't it showing? Hold on, I'll find it. Damn, where did it go? I can't find the tweet. Maybe if I scroll back long enough. But it was right after SFT went down. Let's see. Oh, here it is. People were so mad when I posted this. If you get rugged by a prop firm, it's your fault. It's literally what I started it off as, and I knew people were gonna get so mad. But it's the truth. If you choose to go funding instead of risking your own money, you'd better know what you're getting into. Most people don't, and that's why they're so upset. People, if you're trading that, you knew the risk involved. If you don't, that's on you, right? Yeah, this tweet kind of got some engagement, but it's the truth. That's how I see it. But anyways, it's like 10:30 now. We're getting close to these levels here and here, but this was the play for the morning, in my opinion, on the 15-minute. Everyone wants to shift the blame onto something else. The market's rigged. Prop firms are scamming me. You just got to do your research. At the end of the day, that's all it's about. If you're going to go that route, you need to know what you're getting into. But like, you can't, like, JCap got a lot of heat for being an affiliate. I feel like I'm ICT right now, just ranting. I see why he does it. But JCap got a lot of heat, and I'm friends with him for like being an affiliate for SFT. But you got to realize he's just an affiliate on Twitter. It's not like he's an owner in the company. They weren't telling him anything behind the scenes, right? He can't see what's going on behind the scenes or any of that stuff. I don't think anyone actually gets into prop to like rug pull anybody, right? It's a lucrative business, and if you're trying to make it long term in that business, you're trying to take the necessary steps, put yourself out there, put your name on the line to get that business up and running, right? And actually help traders who have a skill set change their life, right? That's the goal. So I don't think anyone actually gets into prop or a company like that to intentionally scam or like take someone's money, right, and not actually pay them out. There might be some companies out there that might have done that, or down the road treated their customers badly, whatever it is. I'm not really in that space, but I just kind of see stuff here and there. But for the majority of people out there, I don't think that's their intention, right? But yeah. But it's getting close. It's like 11:30 now. I don't want to end it on a rant like that. But I appreciate you guys. We hit our goal of 200 likes on the stream, which is great. But I do have a platform, to be able to speak my mind. So that's kind of why you'll hear me talk about certain things. I've been like on Twitter / in this space now for years, and I've seen it like change, and it's always the same thing over and over, just kind of in a different way. So the moral of the story is you just got to learn about what kind of platform or route you're going to use, and like judge the pros and cons of each. Like, yeah, you don't have to use anyone else. You get to use someone else's money to trade. There's also rules attached. It's an unregulated business, right? So for me personally, like that's one of the reasons why I like using my own capital. But if I didn't have the money I had, right, then I probably would go the prop firm route. Oh yeah. I'm gonna hit the gym here in a bit, but we'll end it. We'll end it here. The dad advice or words of wisdom for the end of the stream, right? We'll start ending the streams with some wisdom, right? Today's theme, you probably could guess it. Do your due diligence. Okay? If you don't, you might get rugged. Right? And whose fault is that? You might be able to shift the blame, right? But you knew going in the risk, and if you didn't, that's on you. So you need to do your own diligence. You need to investigate things for yourself, right? Don't take my word for it. Don't take anyone's word for it. You as a man or woman need to go and do your own research, right? It could be your friend gives you a stock pick. Maybe you want to trade prop. Maybe you're thinking about going on vacation and someone said that vacation spot sucks, but you take their word for it and you missed out on a good time, right? Happened to me. So do your own due diligence. Don't take anyone's word for anything, right? And am I here tomorrow? We'll talk about tomorrow. Sorry, I'm reading the comments. Or am I here tomorrow? I leave tomorrow at like after lunch to go to Florida. So what we're gonna do is if I do decide I gotta pack and stuff and do some chores around the house, run errands. So if we do a stream tomorrow, it'll be, you'll know, because usually I put like a link on YouTube, or I'll schedule a stream. You'll say up and coming or upcoming right here on the front page of the channel. So if we do a stream tomorrow, it'll be scheduled, early in the morning, and you'll see it at 9:15. But if not, if you don't see any link there or any scheduled stream, that means no stream. He's like, a quick one at the opening range, maybe? Give me one little stream, man. Give me a little stream. We'll see. Check in the morning, and if I have a link there or a scheduled stream, that means yes. But if not, then I'll see you guys probably Tuesday. Maybe Tuesday or Thursday or Wednesday, sorry. Get my days mixed up. But you guys have a good day. We'll end it here. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe as always. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like. Lets me know I'm doing well. And as always, I will see you guys later. All right. Peace, guys.